So this is my Sony STR-DE675. Got a new problem today where the sub-channel output doesn't seem to, or intermittently cuts out. So I found that pushing in certain places on the housing seemed to get it to work from time to time. But I suspect there's a dry solder joint on maybe the connector, or maybe there's a relay controlling this output. So you can refer to some of my other videos where I've opened up the same amplifier, but it's pretty straightforward. There's a few chassis screws to basically get the lid off. A couple around the back and two on either side. And so with the lid off, a number of screws on the back here. Basically you can remove the whole main board and rear panel together. It's actually quite easy to service. So there were those screws on the back, and there's two on either side of the main heatsink here. And there's a few peppered around the circuit board as well, but you'll need to undo these two connectors between the power supply board and the main board. There's also a little ribbon cable on the digital board. There's a couple of screws down the side of the digital board here, which are pretty easy to miss. And once you've got all of those screws removed, it's just a matter of carefully lifting the whole assembly out. Not all of the cables are disconnected, so you've got to be mindful of that. So looking at the service manual, the sub output just goes through a connector through a drive relay. So I suspect that maybe on the coil, where it produces a bit of heat, there might be some fatigue solder joints on that. So it's located on the board next to the other speaker output relay protection circuits. This guy here. And yeah, you'll see there's the coil, and then you've got the contacts there which go out to the RCA connector. So now I have been in this board before to touch up the speaker relays, but I must have somehow missed the sub relay. But you can see here they're the contacts. You can already see there that potentially that solder joint right there is cracked or fatigued. And yeah, under the little scope you can see it's clearly cracked and fatigued. So that would explain why jiggling the board around, or moving the back panel might help make that connection. So just a very simple reflow of solder on that relay. I'm going to touch up all of the pins. So that's the contact. and these two are the coil, and that's the other side of the contact which goes out to the RCA. The RCA solder joints looked fine, so I didn't touch those. So put it back together, and yeah, it fired up fine. So that was definitely the cause of that problem. Very quick, simple fix to a rather annoying problem. So I hope that helped maybe someone out there, and like I said, you can refer to my other videos in regard to this amplifier where I've had to repair a few problems in the past. Okay, that's it. See you next time.